Ozempic Santa. Elon Musk looking a little thinner these days. Here's a photograph that he posted over on X saying Ozempic Santa is him. You zoom in on this puppy. Yeah, that's Elon. And those pounds are coming off him a little bit. We were shoving our faces here, your boy truly, over the holiday. But Elon, maybe not so much. Here's the story from the New York Post. They give us some background on what led to this post. It's a lean-looking Elon, and he's actually taking Monjaro for his weight loss. Not actually the Ozempic, but Ozempic just sounds better, as he mentions. A lean-looking Elon on Wednesday revealed that he uses Monjaro. After previously expressing support for these types of things, Billionaire, of course, we know who he is, made the admission in a social media post that looks like this. Elon said, Ozempic Santa. There he is. Guess that's what a billionaire's Christmas tree looks like. Looks pretty good. Is that in a rocket ship? See, I think that's the difference. Kind of a standard tree, standard presents, but he might be in a rocket. I can't tell. That looks like a building, but this might be the outer skirts of the rocket shell. I don't know. So anyways, Elon, Ozempic Santa. He made the admission in a post. He dubbed himself Ozempic Santa. He says, it's like Cocaine Bear, but not like Cocaine Bear. It's more like Santa and Ozempic. He says it's technically Monjaro, but that doesn't have the same ring to it. Now, they're both GLP-1 inhibitors, a class of drugs developed to help people with diabetes and blood glucose stuff. Many people using it to shed pounds. Elon says he prefers Monjaro to Ozempic because taking high doses of the other one made him very gassy. Oh, Monjaro seems to have fewer side effects and is a little bit more effective. Musk has long argued for this, but RFK Jr. is not a fan of it. I think the good analogy is the fishbowl analogy. Okay, if the fish is in a dirty fish bowl, what is the best way to make that fish healthier? It's probably to clean the water so the fish has a nice, clean environment. If the fish is in a disgusting environment and being disgusting and poisoned, a lot of the solutions are we just give the fish some drugs so that he can deal with the disgusting fish bowl. So that's one concept. Now, I'm also interested in the idea of these as maybe a motivator, but my understanding is that a lot of the studies, right, in other words, like an accelerator, somebody maybe needs some help, they lose a bunch of weight, can they keep it off, or are they going to be hooked on these things for life? Kennedy has contended that getting Americans to eat healthier, okay, just to change the insertion habits. What are we actually consuming? Musk and his support has earned him the praise from liberal hosts of The View, Whoopi Goldberg. They're on weight loss drugs? You sure they didn't take a placebo? Elon's right on this, said Goldberg. All right, so now we got to be careful with these things. The 69-year-old comedian later showed off her trim figure after she lost 300 pounds before she started taking Monjaro. That's a lot. Musk, who has publicly proclaimed he doesn't like working out, said he also used Wegovy back in 2022. And see, this is another problem too. We have to correct this problem. Working out is amazing. It feels amazing once you get into that status. If you're out of shape, yeah, it's a horrible thing. Working out is terrible. But once you're in shape and you get that runner's high, you get that exercise high, there's really nothing better than it. Maybe some other things, but this is a family show. All right, so Elon, Ozempic Santa in the house and looking good, looking thinner. We'll see if he gets that Ozempic face. Looks like the skin's kind of hanging off. Again, some individuals, I think, would have a better outcome. And I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. But if you're just talking about a trade-off, somebody who's suffering health consequences due to their weight might have a benefit from a drug. And I think that's what Elon's position is. But what about RFK's position? And RFK says, let's just eat healthier food, maybe a combination of both. But a lot of people are not happy with Elon. This was a strange conversation with Scaramucci. Remember, this guy really badly wanted to be a part of the Trump orbit. Then everybody realized he wasn't nearly as competent as he pretends to be. And now he is threatening Elon Musk. Here's what he said.
Listen, he's got a very powerful role. He's got a $44 billion megaphone. He's got over 200 plus million followers. And he was instrumental in that election. The stuff that Elon Musk did in Pennsylvania alone I think helped the president win that election. He has a very big voice. I think the problem for Elon Musk, though, he's got a little bit of Potomac fever. And so you think you're going to go to Washington and change Washington. That's Potomac fever. And the weird thing about Potomac fever is one of the symptoms is you don't know you have Potomac fever. And of course, I have had Potomac fever. So I'm speaking as a former patient that's been afflicted with the disease. So he's just got to be very careful because he's making enemies that he doesn't realize. And the incentives in Washington are totally different than those in business. And so everybody's incentivized in a different and sometimes irrational way. And I think the power that he's wielding right now, Washington has a great immunological system, and I think they'll find a way to rebut him. So I would say to Elon Musk, not he would listen to me, but stick to business. You've done great. You've made a couple $100 billion since the election. Lay off the gas on politics a little bit because these people could hurt you, and it's no need for you to get hurt. You're doing so well in your life.
No need for you to get hurt, Elon, because you have so much money. These people are so pathetic. Like, they think it's just about the money. You've made your money. Haven't you accomplished everything? You have a couple $1 million, so just shut up. You're done. No. How about there are things that are more important than money, like the preservation of humanity and the continuity of our society that protects what little freedoms we have left. Those things are more important. That's what he's working to and towards. And what they want him to do is to just sit down and shut up because he's so effective that if he's allowed to continue to play, he's going to continue to roll over them. So that's Scaramucci having a tough time and realizing, I think, that Elon is probably a more competent figure than him. He went and got Potomac fever, which is all this excitement about governance in Washington. And Elon's got a bit of that, is what he says. Now, Elon has navigated this space for a long time. He's got defense contracts with SpaceX and many other things. So I think he's pretty familiar with how Washington works, and he's smarter than them. And they are all constantly nipping at his heels to just have some relevancy. Hey, can we just take a picture with you, Elon? All the Congress people. I think we've got more faith in Elon than Scaramucci. Scaramucci can keep his advice. Thanks, but no thanks. And meanwhile, Elon is getting thinner, and we hope he starts lifting weights and working out, maybe even start doing some Brazilian jiu-jitsu so that he can be properly prepared to defend himself in case guys like Scaramucci. But working out is also good in addition to these drugs, because I think personally, it releases endorphins. I believe it increases testosterone and makes you a more effective person in your brain and in your mind, clears out the garbage that's in there. So I'm all in favor of a healthier America. Multiple ways to get there. Elon is Ozempic Santa, and he's looking good. All right.